Good evening, Andrew. Thank you for joining us tonight. Glad to see you. Drag for life, you're back. Nice to see you, bud. And Furious Storm and Type Shizludes, welcome back. Hey, Delilah, thanks for coming back. And I have to admit, I'm feeling a little bit outnumbered, so thank you on a personal level for joining us tonight. Almost everybody that we've got on our channel are guys, so yeah, I can feel a little outnumbered at times, so thanks for the backup. And Furious Storm, not a lot, just living the dream. And Andrew, I hope you're sharing your apple juice since you've got a whole lot of it. And Michael James Lee, glad to see you back again tonight. And Furious Storm, if you're gonna make him cry, just make sure I have enough time to get a crap ton of Kleenex over to his place first, okay? Don't nobody want to clean up all that.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast for our live Saturday night edition. That's right. Thank you. You know what? You're too kind. You're just too kind. The Podcast is your home for rational crypto reporting and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door and discussing what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. The focus of our channel, and yes, we finally found a focus, is companies that use crypto and not so much crypto companies. And there is a distinction. One appeals to 6 to 8% of the planet, and one appeals to all of the planet. And from an investment standpoint, broader the market, greater the opportunity. I am your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has sadly won and lost fortunes. And with me is your co-host, as well as the greatest producer of all time, Belle. Say hi, Belle.
Hi, guys. And you're going to keep me up if you keep bringing that up.
We have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable, and it's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto, and welcome to the podcast. Thank you. How are you feeling tonight, Belle?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm actually looking forward to a long weekend. How's it going on your end?
Well, I'm here. I'd rather be here doing this than doing just about anything else. How was your week? Did you have a good one?
I had a week. No. A few things did come up that made me laugh, but otherwise it was just a standard week.
Well, stick with the laugh. Stick with the stuff that makes you laugh. We are all about positivity here on the podcast. Do you have any big plans for the 4th of July weekend aside from melting away and dying inwardly every time I start to rant? You got anything going on?
No, not really. Just typical plans for the 4th.
All right. So, guys, look, Belle has her very own show on the Survival Circle Radio Network at 7 p.m. on Fridays. So if anyone wants to catch her live, go ahead and Belle, put the link in the chat. Be advised, her show is not as family-friendly as this show, so expect to hear vulgarity. Her and her cohort like to... they like to talk about things that just upset them. I've never understood why they would talk about things that clearly get them that spun up, but I get that it can be therapeutic. So if you like to gripe and enjoy entertainment with a bit of rage thrown in, Rant X on the Survival Circle Radio Network at 1900 Central on Fridays, and the link is in the chat.
If you think Scott's rants are fully loaded, yeah, you guys haven't heard anything.
Well,
yet.
For all of my wandering, I do have a point that I'm trying to make. It just sometimes it takes me a while to get there. And we actually had a comment. One of the guys vowed to never ever watch the live stream again because it takes me like 1,000 years to get to the point I'm trying to make. But you know what, sir? Duly noted. I will certainly try to dial it in and stay a little bit more focused. So you know what? We hear you. We here at the podcast, we have been off from our own beaten path lately, as we've really started to identify the direction of our show, and the last few weeks, they've been mostly just pissing in the wind, more or less, trying to find ourselves. But I think we got there. I did. I'm sure we're going to try a few more iterations of what works and what doesn't. We're going to fine tune it a bit, but. We want to continue to give you a professional presentation focused around what we want to say and what you want to hear. We will never run from a question, but we will, we will drop folks out who are just bringing no value to the audience. You know what? The internet is what it is. If you guys don't attack them, I can't sit here and just defend myself on a live stream. So please that up for me. But you know what? If you have something to ask it. If I can answer it, I will. And if I can't, I will find out, or I'm going to make Belle do it. It took us a month to figure out that what this audience wants from us is not confirmation bias. You guys don't come here for that. You want to honestly know what we think about something. And if it is bothering you, you know what? It's probably bothering us. If we can discuss it, come to an accord, good for everyone. Which I assume is why you hit us with the tough questions. But you know what? We're digging it. Keep them coming. So I asked the viewers on the last couple of videos to point us to what you think is a hidden use case token with real world applications that we might be missing. And you know what? You did not disappoint. NKM, Phantom, Odyssey, Graph, etc. The only oddball one I got that I got asked to look into was the Save Planet Earth crypto thing. You know what? I'm going to save it right now and say it's a big thumbs down for me. It's a Carnival coin. Everything about it is clearly a Ponzi scheme, and they didn't even go through the trouble of using the right photos for the extremely, amazingly accredited board of directors and developers they have brought together for this project. When you have your 1 quadrillion mint and 500 billion burn on the same page, you know what? Red alert. Just stay away from it. I appreciate the heads up, but these guys, you know what? They're using a sort of formula to find new investors, and it seems to be more or less blanket advertising on every damn crypto video on YouTube. Look how good this is. I make so much money. You can too. Gotta hurry, though, yada, yada. It's their process, and I get it. But you know what? They also pay these hype monsters on YouTube to make videos about their products. And they somehow try to sell multi-level marketing as if that is a good thing. They aren't attracting whales, but they are attracting small fish, and a lot of them. It's a business for them. And when the current project goes belly up, they will make a new one. Save Planet Earth Crypto. Pfft, not for this kid, but you know what? You do you, bro. Everything else sent my way, though, great projects. I mean, real world use. This is why I love this audience, man. This is why we live stream. We try to live stream twice a week because you guys you're the eyes that we don't have. It's fantastic. One of the ones sent over that I particularly liked was Graph. Now, I had some familiarity with it, but until you sent it my way, it didn't really nudge me to dig into it, to really drill down. So I did. And I like Graph. It's sort of a search engine for DeFi, but I can see the real world application of that one because, to my knowledge, there is no blockchain global search engine. But I'll tell you what, baby, I would love to see that. Imagine, if you will, just getting what you are searching for without favoritism in the content shown or manipulation of the query. I'm actually going to do a video about that one because that's what I like to do in my idealistic moments. And it turns out, and if it turns out that they do what I think they will do, you could say you heard about it first on the podcast. Big round of applause. Go us. I really dig products that already work and have all the pieces in place for integration into the real world. This, ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, is how fortunes are born. And we're not talking about you can buy the Lambo or you can buy the Winnebago or you can, do something else. But we are talking about generational changing wealth. Your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. That's the kind of wealth that we're talking about here. I did get another one pushed over, and I took a good look at Odyssey. It's sort of blockchain, decentralized YouTube. I like what they're doing, and I spent some time in there. I clicked some videos. It was neat. I like what they're doing. I like the idea. Decentralized anything is better than what we have, but it's being done in quite a lot of spaces right now, and I'm not a fan of pissing into the wind. NewTube, BitChute, BitTube, Brighteon, it's being done. Now, it's not being done with blockchain, but I'm just not seeing the massive advantage of using blockchain in the entertainment world, in the infotainment world. It's not a bad product. It's just a little bit too It's a little bit too niche for my money. I definitely wish him luck with it, though. Decentralized is just better. Now, I guess maybe the one advantage I would see to something like that is from a data storage standpoint. Now, if Odyssey was to partner up with someone like, I don't know, Filecoin storage, Siacoin, where you can host massive amounts of data for very little cost, then you got a product that is competitive with the traditional space, and you could start rolling it out harder and putting some pressure on the existing platforms simply from a cost standpoint. But as a standalone, it's not really for me. If you spend a lot of time perusing crypto news, and I promise you I already put a ticker in this one, but if you see Odyssey has partnered with any of the above mentioned companies, Siacoin, Filecoin, Storage, or something, they're making a play, and take a real good look at them at that time, because they figured out how to leverage the advantage of blockchain. I also keep getting asked about Phantom. And you know what? I'm just going to have to make a video so I can put this one to bed. Any of my non-AMP videos quickly just, they become like the beatniks down at the coffee shop. That's where anything non-AMP, that's where it's relegated to. They're products I see that have the most potential, but they're all long term. And as the crypto market moves so very fast, people don't want to wait for their payday. It really makes me a bit sad, because those paydays are the big ones, the big ones. But try explaining that using traditional trading fundamentals to a group of folks who think these carnival coins are a good idea and that I just don't understand them. But, I digress. I like Phantom. I like what it is doing for DeFi, but I really like what it can be doing for traditional finance. I literally see them as kind of a Flexa for the traditional investment space. It's not a matter of collateralizing a transaction in this case. It's about the speed, and it's about the cost of those transactions. And Phantom is fast, and it's cheap. Big fan. Love it. It's about the volume they are capable of processing, and the security they provide to that volume through, I'm sorry, man, I keep coming back to this, but it's what is only available with blockchain. Crypto leads the way again. Phantom, it's a one-stop shop, and I love one-stop shops that are safe and secure. And, I feel, Bill, I'm feeling like this idealistic rant coming out of me. I'm going to just chase my tail here for a minute. If you don't like this portion of the show, I get it. But I as I delve deeper and deeper into these little niche products, and by niche I mean developer stuff, not small, just not entertaining, not real push it out to the masses kind of stuff. But they're products that they're not exciting because they aren't fast, they aren't hip, they aren't well known, but they're using blockchain in ways never before dreamed of. And it makes me wonder how long before they stop staking out their private little compounds in the decentralized space and start forming up the army that can completely consume the traditional space. These products, these are the rebellion. They see a problem and they solve the problem through beautiful and unique ways, utilizing a technology that is absolutely dismissed from a traditional space that cannot contemplate solving problems with anything but what they know and what is endorsed. And this is why they're going to lose. It's just a matter of time. People didn't trust electricity at one time. Too dangerous, untested, candles are better. People didn't trust or believe in the automobile. The price will never be sufficiently low enough. Too dangerous. Nobody wants this. They didn't trust bicycles, just a fad. Liquid nail polish, just a fad. Cheeseburgers, just a California novelty. They didn't trust answering machines, pure yuppie. The light bulb. Should I go on? Because I can do this for hours. This is how the world sees blockchain. This is how they see crypto. Just a fad, esoteric, won't be mainstream. Legacy tech doesn't know that they are looking at their own demise, and this is not just going to integrate with the legacy systems. It is going to consume them utterly. It's a better way. It's a faster way. It's a safer way. And you know what? It's an inevitable way. Early investors in crypto, which I don't know how many people are on here tonight. You know what? If you guys are in right now, you're the early investors. But if you are early investors in these long-term coins, you guys are going to be the princes in 5 to 10 years. You know what? I'm going to brainstorm. Watch this. Watch how quick we can make something happen. Let's take Phantom. Everybody keeps pinging me on Phantom. So let's take Phantom. This is a single point trading suite. Trading, borrowing, staking, the whole thing. It's a great idea. Now, let's combine this. Let's partner them up with something like New Cipher to secure the points of entry and exit. Now it's secure. Let's put a little graph in there for non-biased database searching and toss a little bit of Siacoin on top for low cost and fast retrieval of mass amounts of data with a storage element which cannot have a single point of failure because it is decentralized. It's not on a cloud. It's on many clouds. Now, just for giggles, because I know where my audience is, let's blow a little bit of Flexa network on top of it all for secure and collateralized financial transactions. Lossless, safe, fast. And in 2 minutes of talking, right off the top of my head, I just built you a better Wall Street, a better way of doing business, a better way of managing your money. This right there is a Wall Street that cannot have a single point of failure because there is no single point. They're done. They just don't know it yet. Now, is it going to happen tomorrow? No. No, it's not going to happen tomorrow, but it will happen. The only defense that these traditional spaces have against crypto right now is FUD. That's it. All of this trading silliness has nothing to do with the reality that business will embrace the better way when they see it. It's in their interest. Up the speed, make it safer, make it cheaper. Build it and they will come. Do you guys remember that movie? You remember that movie Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner? And it's got Darth Vader in it. They made that in Iowa, by the way, and you know what? It's pretty accurate, guys. That's about what Iowa looks like. I just see the crypto space differently. I let people keep chasing the 1000x. You know what? I wish them well in their hunt, but they're not seeing crypto or the potential of it past the end of their nose. The folks with the vision, you're good. You guys are solid. Daily charts don't apply to you unless you just love the action. Your year-over-year gains, that's a whole different story. So thank you so much for entertaining this little non-focused rant. I'm glad we built a better Wall Street. I see world-changing things in our very near future, and I just wanted to show you a little bit of the crypto space the way I see the crypto space. That's it. I'm not a very pragmatic trader, but I'm a very idealistic investor. So this is what I'm looking for. This is where my focus is. So I'm a little bit smoked. We've been doing a lot of videos and live streams lately. I'm trying to get caught up with the rest of YouTube and define our channel at the same time. And it's really been a lot of work. We will answer any and all questions this evening, but we are doing it with our Saturday night feel. So if the professionalism drops, quality's not what you expect from the podcast, you know what? Give me a break. It's Saturday. We've been running longer than we ever intended, but it turns out, and I actually got some emails about this, but it turns out that folks are using the live streams, as sort of a podcast when they're at work. And if we can entertain them and distract them from the drudgery, we want to oblige. So if it gets sketchy towards the end, it's the apple juice, man. You know, what can you do? And before anybody asks, tonight's apple juice of choice is right there. Now, as far as apple juice goes, there is nothing that I could recommend better than that particular one. If you want to see it, back it up on the replay and they'll do it. They're not paying me to plug their product. I just really, really like their product, and we don't do paid endorsements on there. It's not checked off on on the YouTube thing. Anyway, Belle, is there anything we need to address right this second, or can I take 60 seconds and catch my breath?
You can take 60 seconds and catch your breath. You've been going for a while and made a lot of
you know, and
points.
again, when you just hammering this stuff off script, man, it gets tough. I mean, you gotta try to do it. But that was a more semi-focused rant, so I hope that one worked a little bit better for you guys. Anyway, look, we're gonna be back in 60 seconds. We are still looking for a social media person who wants to work for free. And you know what? Anyone who can do graphics, because ours just suck, must be willing to work for free and endure Belle's ire. 60 seconds, guys. We're going to be right back. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Thanks. And thank you. Saturday night. So I'm sorry, we were chatting during the break. So let me hit this a little bit. Man, I'm sorry. You just when you get it right, you get it right. Frey Ranch, they're a little off-brand thing. It's only available in Nevada. I don't even know where you can get it aside from that. But you know what? It's wholeheartedly endorsed by the podcast. So we do have some questions we wanted to get to, but Belle, I'm still seeing staking questions. I'm still seeing staking. I don't know if Trevor's on here tonight, but you know what? I'm probably going to see if he and I can hook up offline and shoot a short, 5-minute video. This is how you do it. Obviously, I'm not explaining it right. For anybody who is still hacking on the staking, I'm afraid, I don't know, I can't do it. Yeah. There's lots of good links. There's lots of stuff out there. But if you are worried about your money, take 1 amp, a single amp. Take it off the exchange, put it in your wallet. I recommend MetaMask, but you do you, bro. Move 1 amp. If you did it right, 1 amp is going to show up in your wallet. Take that wallet. Go to Flexa, connect that wallet. If you connect correctly, it's going to say you can stake a single amp. After you do that, then you know that you are set up, hooked up, and you can start staking. Get your money. And if you do it wrong, worst case, you're out a nickel. And if the nickel is going to make or break you in any way, stop dabbling in crypto. Stop, because this is not a stable market. It's not like the 401k or anything like that. This is, so do that. Just 1 amp, I beseech you. If it works out, please join us on the long live stream and type in the comments that you staked 1 amp and that it worked out beautifully for you. That way everybody else knows, you know what, you're now my expert. I would just love to hand this one off. guys, you got to know that you got to learn the DeFi. You've got to learn decentralized. You have got to learn your wallets. If you are uncomfortable with this is crypto. And I understand that we're trying to make it easier, make it, greater mass appeal, leave everything on the exchange, so forth and so on. But these exchanges by themselves are the very definition of centralized. And why would you want to leave all of your money where everybody knows it is? I'm just saying. So get comfortable using your wallets. Get comfortable with smart contracts. Get comfortable with all of this stuff. This is crypto. This is what you're into. And there's just so many different ways to learn about this, so many different write-ups. But move 1AMP. If 1AMP makes it to your Flexa wallet, you're good. I'm sorry. Look what I did. If 1AMP makes it to your MetaMask wallet, you're good. You're set up and you're ready to go. So there you go. Belle, what do we got?
All right, so Tejas Mayanar, and I apologize if I butchered that last name.
You did that wrong. You did that wrong.
Wants to know if you have any view on Chainlink for long term.
Chainlink is, well, speaking of smart contracts, almost like we segued right into that. Chainlink is one of the they're one of the originals. They're one of the originals. They're one of the blue chips that have been establishing these smart contracts. Any of the big blue chips, I'm a big fan. They're established. They've been around. They've already been through many iterations. So they already know what they're doing. And I like to think that your money is fairly safe there. Now, are you going to moon them? I'll just leave it right there. Once these earlier ones are successful, then you're going to start to see more and more of them. Now, if we were talking, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to ramble, am I? Because I got that comment saying don't do that. But you know what? Hell with him. I'm going to do it anyway. These blue chip stocks, these blue chip companies, your Bitcoin, Filecoin, Chainlink, so forth and so on. All of these are solid investments. These are all great investments. They're great places to put your money. Now, as the market space continues to grow, continues to blow out, they're going to get a lot more stable, a lot more decoupled from Bitcoin. That is the sole focus of like the podcast channel, is what's going to decouple from Bitcoin. And these industrial tokens are going to start to decouple. They're going to become their own store of wealth. They're not going to be measured against Bitcoin, but it's going to take time. The problem with them is that first always creates competition. So as far as smart contracts go, there are lots and lots of tokens now that are doing smart contracts. So they're emulating what Chainlink is doing, but they're doing it in a new and unique way. That's the nature of competition. I love competition. I love competition. It drives innovation. But honestly, your money's pretty safe with some of these blue chips. As the market swings, they're going to swing as well. But if you look at them over a long enough period of time, which that's where I recommend that you look at your investments, not your speculations, but your investments over a long period of time, you're going to see a nice, steady little growth pattern. So as more money comes into the space, they always get their piece of it, and everything goes up, up, up. So I wouldn't steer anybody away from blue chips. I just would not expect a big, massive moonshot on them. So, yeah, as long as you're comfortable with just a nice, slow, steady growth, and if you're an AMP investor, it is clear that you are comfortable with a slow, steady growth. I recommend it. You're going to get a better rate of return than anything else that you're going to be able to put your money in currently. And I understand crypto's scary, but it's really not. It's really not. So I hope that answered the question. Chainlink, thumbs up. Are you going to moon it? No. I think its value is pretty well there, but its value was its main value that I see out of that now is how much innovation it's spurred off from it. So that's where I'm going to put that. I hope that answered the question.
All right, next question comes from one of our frequent flyers, Jesus' God.
Nice. Did he get that tattoo yet? Ask him if he got the tattoo, because I've been saying it, but he's not listening. I even said I would pay for it.
He has not gotten the tattoo yet. I can confirm that from an earlier comment on another video.
We got a sub! Sharble! Ooh. I ain't gonna try that last name. Thank you so much for joining us here on the podcast. I'm not leaving that. Jesus, did you get the tattoo yet, baby? We got to talk. All right, my email's right here. We need to talk because this needs to happen. I want to use it and shoot it so I could put it up here as my chroma key. Just that tattoo of your arm. Of your arm or leg just circling around saying this too shall pass. I think that would be that defined. Look, we are youth focused now. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Ask the question. Saturday night, give me a break. I'm going to do this.
He's wanting to know if you believe Bitcoin will hit 1 million.
Nope.
Right.
I like to swim against the tide here, and I am more than happy to have this discussion with anybody. I don't care how many letters are behind your name. I don't care what level of traditional finance or whatever you come from, but I am more than happy to have this discussion. Bitcoin, and this is the way I see it. I'm op-ed, guys. Give me you know what? I'm not the ultimate authority, but I like to think I take a long-term view of the crypto market and what it can be, not particularly what it is. Bitcoin is proof of concept. That's what Bitcoin was. It is absolutely proof of concept showing that blockchain for financial transactions can work, that something can be a store of wealth. But like everything else, you have to be able to utilize what you've created. And Bitcoin can be spent, but because of the nature of Bitcoin and because it is speculative, people are not going to spend it. They are going to hold on to it. We've had this discussion over and over and over. And I understand that I take a different path than most. But the blue chips, like we just talked about, they spur innovation. They spur competition. They spur a better product. So right now, Bitcoin has name recognition. Everybody knows it. It has celebrity endorsement. Mark Cuban, Elon Musk, all of these big tech people are just so behind it. But they're behind it for the wrong reason. And history is going to bear this out for me. They are behind it because it is hip, it is new, it is all of these things. But it's not real new anymore. It's not real hip anymore. As soon as traditional finance started investing in it, it ruined whatever it could have been. It is now susceptible to outside market forces that are corrupt, that can, I see my chroma key going crazy. It's susceptible to outside market forces that we know are corrupt. So as soon as they start pouring all that money in, and all of these big hedge funds and investment companies are just pouring money into Bitcoin, they've made it speculative, and anything speculative cannot be a solid store of wealth. It just can't. By definition, it cannot be. I love Bitcoin for what they did, but I do not like Bitcoin for what it is. And again, I know I go off the beaten path here, man, but I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. If it's splashed in front of everybody's face over and over and over, advertising, people pushing it, get rich in Bitcoin, everybody knows it. It doesn't make it anything but what it is. It just makes it popular. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to Dogecoin. Dogecoin, which aside from a very small caveat, meaning that there is no limit to the amount of Dogecoin that can be minted, but even they controlled it by saying only a fixed amount can be minted every month. Effectively, idealistically, there is no difference in these coins. Nothing. Somebody, and our audience is getting bigger and bigger. If somebody can tell me the difference at a fundamental level between Bitcoin and Dogecoin, I am all ears. And you know what? I'm putting that on top. You cannot say cap, because I'm trying to illustrate a point in this. If the only difference between those two was the cap, then you can make a Dogecoin and put a hard cap on it, and they are then fundamentally the exact same coin. So if you believe that Bitcoin has the ability to go to 100,000, $500,000, $1 million per coin, then you also have to believe that Dogecoin could do the same. And I that's where I'm going to stay on that one, guys. I'm going to get the heat. That's fine. Hit me. I'm not wrong. I just don't toe the line on something like that. I can see it for what it is. And yeah, so there you go. I know people want a better answer than that. You want me to jump on the $1 million, $10 million going to change the planet kind of thing. But I don't see it that way. I just don't see it that way. We do need something like this, and we do need a fixed currency for the DeFi space, for the crypto space. We do need that. And I think Bitcoin can be that, but not if it remains speculative. Until it's put into use case, meaning as a currency, it will always be susceptible to wild swings, and that's it. Its value is based on more people buying than selling. If you think it's based another way, put it in chat. I'd love to have the discussion. And guys, I'm not so close-minded that I won't listen. It's nothing like that. This is the way I see it. So there you go. I hope that answered the question, and I hope I didn't ramble on too long about that. Belle, what do you got?
All right.
Did I answer the question? It is Saturday night, guys. We can loosen up a little bit. I have funny. I put funny sound effects on here too. This is my favorite, Ray.
How's your head?
I haven't had any complaints yet.
I love that one. That's from a real bad movie, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Anybody my age has probably seen that movie, by the way. If you haven't seen that movie, do yourself a favor. It's awful. It's just terrible. I'm sorry. You guys don't want to hear me ramble. You want to hear me talk crypto. Go ahead, Belle. Carry on.
All right, so next question, also from Jesus is God, who, by the way, is saying that he is going to wait until AMP hits $1 and then get the tattoo. He's pretty set on that.
All right, but you know that you're on record doing this, right? We keep everything. We store everything. I record these on my personal system as I'm going, so you're kind of on the hook for it, babe. And I know that it seems to be this faraway dream for AMP to hit $1. It's not that far away. Just saying. Go ahead.
All right, so he's asking, he said that you have said that you like ADA, but you haven't gone into detail as to why. So why do you like ADA, and where do you see it in the next 10 years?
It's another one, man. It's a slow grow with real world applications. And I'd love to dig into these, but every time I make a video that you guys asked for, every time I make something around tech that I absolutely love, that I adore, that's my wheelhouse. That's where I want to be. I want to be in coins that have this long-term vision. Every time I make those, it absolutely dies. And YouTube's kind of like a byproduct for us, but we want to do it well. And I understand that there are ways to do it well, and one of them bases on your analytics. And if I put out 3-4 bad videos, YouTube stops showing any of my videos. It just dies. So I'll tell you what. Boy, I don't want to. You know what? I will. I'm going to make you an ADA video. I can explain it a lot better there than I can on the live stream. Not because I need notes. I don't. But it's another one that I want to put to bed. ADA is another one. I call them a semi-blue chip. They've been around. So any of these 2017, 2018, 2019 coins that are still around today, I consider them either blue chip or semi-blue chip. Yeah, it's the result of competition within the market. That's really where it is. Now, I have some. I've had some for a long, long time. But, guys, I've been investing. It's not real fair to put this on me because I've been investing in crypto since 2016. I've been in the market forever. I said this once, and I'll put it out there again because where I say I've lost fortunes, I sold Bitcoin at $3. I didn't tweet or do anything like that because I didn't even know what the hell that stuff was at the time, but I've sold Bitcoin for $3. I've been in the space for a while, is what I'm saying. Doesn't make me right, clearly, and it doesn't give me any kind of moral superiority. Well, I've been doing this forever, so I can be a super dick. It doesn't give me any of that because if I had the foresight back then that I do now, I clearly would not have sold Bitcoin at $3, but I did. I'm just saying I've seen a lot of these things come and I've seen a lot of these things go. So it got me thinking about what is got the legs, what is going to change the world, what is going to be a thing that suddenly everybody needs in their life. I keep coming back around to New Cipher. I am hot on New Cipher. I released a video today. You guys didn't even watch it. I get it, man. All right, it's not for everybody. My style is not for everybody. The way I do it is not for everybody, and I get it. But I am absolutely hot on New Cipher. But it's just one of these terribly uninteresting products. Belle and I were kicking this one around a little bit. And the more we talked, the more I saw how this could be applied to her field. She's in the medical field. We don't make any money doing YouTube, so we both have to have jobs. But we kicked this one over, and how it would be applied to the medical field, and how we could apply something like this to personal privacy, and how you could use something like this to make identity theft a thing of the past. Industries have been built around identity theft, and how do we deal with it, and how do we recover from it, and so forth and so on. These are billion-trillion-dollar industries that have been built around identity theft. They have learned to profit from identity theft, so they have no interest in fixing identity theft. New Cipher, this little baby coin that nobody cares about, can fix it now. I am hot on this. I put more money in this than I probably should at this time. They're going to be up against a wall. They're going to be up against fighting against an industry that has no interest in making identity theft stop, because if they make it stop, they don't have a business anymore. This is economics 101. When you build an industry around addressing a problem, your goal is never to fix that problem. Your goal is to profit from that problem. So I see more and more of these things coming up. You guys are familiar with identity theft and so forth and so on. New Cipher can stop it cold. Absolutely cold. It can... You know what? Gonna stop. I'm not allowed to do it. I'm not allowed, Belle. Even Belle said, I've got to rein it in a little bit, so I'm going to rein it in a little bit. If you wanted to hear more, blame Belle. The GOAT, the greatest of all time. Blame her, because I could have tore this up for an hour.
I am going to throw out another really quick point that you and I talked about today regarding New Cipher.
I love New Cipher. Oh, God, I love this one.
If companies like, JBS, which the Wall Street Journal released an article today saying that JBS got hacked, which, yes, they absolutely did. They had to pay out $11 million in
Bitcoin. Yep.
To get all of their electronic data restored.
Yeah.
It might be in their best interest to do some research into New Cipher.
Well, let's entertain that for a second. It's Saturday night. I can continue on. We are already in the wheelhouse. Let's entertain that for a little bit. How did all of their data get... I got a gnat in here. I'm not losing my mind. I got a bug floating around here. How did all of their data get hacked? How did all of their data get seized? Because it's all in one place. It's all in one location. You don't have to batter down the walls. You just got to get an eye in there. Once you get an eye in there, you know how to corrupt it, and they certainly did. If you put all of your money in one pot, this is the same reason I recommend that investors diversify. But if you put it all in one pot, we know where to go to get it. This is not hard. So when you couple something like New Cipher and you wrap a little bit of something like Filecoin around it, you have now created an unhackable data storage system that is everywhere. It's not on one node, it's on hundreds of nodes. You want to seize all that data? Good luck, because nobody's done it yet. And I understand the crypto space is small, but $1.6 trillion is probably worth your time. So I'm saying that the solutions are here. Every time I see one of these stories, I get more excited and I buy more, because the answer is here, right in front of you. Not in development, but here now. All you got to do is reach out. There was a time that people didn't use antivirus software. They had no idea. Oh, I need this? I had no idea. Now, every computer shipped has got antivirus software on it. Everything has antivirus software. It is a $1 trillion+ market, antivirus. And nobody knows about it. Nobody knows what it is, what it does. All they know is that they update and everything's good. So they developed a product that nobody knows about. But it's everywhere. NewCipher, Filecoin, storage, all these other things are products that are going to be everywhere, but nobody knows about them. Guys, you heard it here on the podcast. You want your 1000X? It's right there. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen in 2 weeks. And I know, crypto market, fast, fast, fast. We want to all get rich right now. It's not going to happen with these. But it is going to make you stupidly wealthy when they achieve full integration, as the world will do. And I've heard the negativity. I have. Well, it's never going to work, man. They got this, never going to work. People were afraid of cell phones at one time when they came out. I'm not the only one old enough to remember this. People, oh, you can't use cell phones, they're going to rot your brain. Who doesn't have a damn cell phone now? People didn't want to use the internet. Oh, no, you get on there and everyone's going to see your boobies or something like that. This is a Saturday night thing, guys, by the way. I'm going to say boobies. People are afraid of change, man. They're just instinctively afraid of change. They don't want it to happen. But all of the miraculous innovation that has built you the world that you have right now, it's sitting right there in crypto. A new way of doing it, a faster way, a safer way, a better way, a cheaper way. Everything about it is positive. But again, when I go looking on YouTube, all I see are 1000X. All I see is 20X. All I see is hurry. All I see is Bitcoin. I rarely see people talking about the tokens that they should be talking about. Now, maybe that's a YouTube thing. Maybe that's all it is that it's a YouTube thing. People don't really care about the product. They just care about views. Maybe that's it. That's why I have no particular problem putting out videos that get 50 views on a channel that has 950. How many do we got now?
We've got 954 subscribers.
Okay, so 954 subscribers, but I'll put out something that absolutely interests and fascinates me, and it gets no views. Even my subs don't want to see it. That's fine, man. It's YouTube. I get it. But the real products, the real value, the real monsters, the things that are going to change the world and make early investors unbelievably wealthy, they get no visibility because they're not exciting. They're just not exciting. And I swear to you guys, this is why we're dedicating our channel to this. We are going to fall on the YouTube sword. I know they say, oh, look how close you are to 1,000, man. We are fighting and clawing for every single subscriber. But people are not going to tune in to listen to me talk about this, to go on and on about stuff like this. I'm trying to push a false vision. It's not a false vision. It's one I absolutely believe. But I'm trying to push something the way I see it, and I'm trying to present it as fact. Nothing I say it's what I believe. But there's a reason that I'm in AMP. There's a reason that I'm in NewCipher. There's a reason that I'm into everything on that board over there, because these are world-changing investments, but they're not going to happen tomorrow. Good things take time. Great things take more time. But when you get there, cha-ching, that's all I got to say about it. Isn't that what we do have to do? The thing? Belle, I have to go potty. I have to have a tinkle.
Well, then I suppose that means we should go and take a quick break.
I'm sorry, guys. It's the apple juice. Guys, give me 60 seconds. I will be right back. We will answer some more of your questions. If you guys got something good to put in there, we don't want to answer the questions from the videos. We want to answer questions from the live stream. So anything you want to ask me, please put it over there. And I promise you that we're going to get to you. I will be, as soon as I get my screen up, we will be right back. Thank you. And no, I didn't wash my hands, but you know what? I didn't pee on them either. So there you go. Anybody? Do we got? What do we got here, Bill? Nobody. It seems like. It seems like we might have a sparse crowd this evening. Is it a Saturday holiday weekend? We shouldn't have done this tonight. I mean, if that's the case, I get it. But I just like to talk. So, what do we got, Bill? This is your show. You drive it.
It is a Saturday holiday weekend, but you know what? The people who really are really interested are here with us, and they're asking fantastic questions.
Well, let's talk about them.
All right. So next question, Drag for Life. How do you see AMP doing today? Any update?
No, it's we talked about this one a long time ago. I am violently on record, and I say violently because you guys had my ass on that one. I was on really early saying there's no point in Coinbase. No point in these bigger exchanges. AMP doesn't work that way. AMP does not derive its value from liquidity. It derives its value from usage. So all of the liquidity buys in the world are not going to change the large. I don't want to get into the math thing. You know what? Obviously, if every bit of liquidity was bought up right now, supply and demand kicks in. Yeah. But we're talking about a coin that has billions of tokens in liquidity, so it's not going to happen. But it's right where I thought it would be. I went on record. I talked about the live stream. I said I scalped the hell out of it at 12 cents. You gave me money. You doubled my stack at 12 cents, and I have a lot. So thank you for that. It wasn't me alone that crashed this thing back down to 5.5 or 6 cents, because that's where it should be right now. AMP is a long-term token. Slow, steady growth. Kind of like the podcast. Slow and steady growth. It is. It's a product that's designed to consume the traditional payment rail. Absolutely absorb them. But again, it's the light bulb before there was a light bulb. It's going to take time. I think the price is exactly where it should be. I think you are being given the gift to build. If your sole intention is to make money in 2 weeks, AMP's not it. It's not it for you. I don't care where if the price, if it suddenly spikes and drops down, it's a speculative spike, and those don't last. They never do. As the market comes back, when it does, we're in a bear cycle. There's a reason. I don't even have my crypto tickers up there right now because it's no fun. It's flat. Everything is flat. We're all seem to be waiting for something. As the crypto market starts to bounce back, of course, AMP is going to appreciate, but it's a speculative appreciation. It's not a solid fundamental appreciation of AMP. AMP, the only thing that's going to bring AMP up is usage. So as they roll it out more and more, it's going to increase in value. That's just the nature of it. It is a customer-facing product. Flexa is a company that uses crypto. They're not a crypto company. So it's going to make you money. It's absolutely going to do it, but it's not going to make you money tomorrow. It's not going to make you money in 2 weeks. If you're an action chaser, I'm an action chaser. I get it. But if you're an action chaser, you might have opportunities to scalp this. But your biggest opportunity to double your stack for free came and went. It already happened. And we talked about it a week before it did. As soon as they announced, it's going to go live on Coinbase, I was on there. You guys downvoted all my videos. Nope, don't do it. This is the time. It's going to take off. It's going to moon. I came out and I said it absolutely is not. It's going to have a speculative bump. Take advantage of it. It's right here. I was winking and stuff on there. I'm not all knowing and all seeing. I just very rational and objective. I know what's going to happen. We know what happens when something hits Coinbase. That's what happened. The people who are building it right now, man, guys, you're gonna do well, man. You're gonna be princes. I will never advocate that you use all that money to buy a Lambo. I don't think you could spend your money dumber than buying a Lamborghini. But if you need that for your own self-assurance, that you're telling the world, hey, I'm worth it, buy the Lambo. Eddie Carr will get you there. It doesn't have to be a Lamborghini, but I'm saying if you continue your dollar cost averaging and you continue your slow, steady investments into this, you're building your future, but your future is not here yet. It's not going to be here for a bit. I know we don't want to hear that. Everybody wants to hear up. I know. Look, I even saved this one. Hang on. This is what people want to see. This is it. This is what people want to see. I save this on my stream so I can remind myself that this is the way people see crypto. This is the way investors see crypto. This is the way they think this is the way. This isn't the way. That isn't the way. The way is solid fundamentals, world-changing innovation. That's the way. This is a hustle. This is an absolute hustle. So I don't advocate for any of those coins. If you can luck out and, happen to get into one of these things stupid, you know what? No, I'm not even going to do that. If people want to dabble in this, knock yourself out. I don't advocate for it. I don't care, because it's that in crypto. All right, that it's a scam, it's a hustle, it's everything. I don't even remember the question. I think I understand what that commenter what he was saying now. I think I get it, because as the apple juice kicks in a little bit, and it's Saturday night, party. Yeah, I do tend to ramble on and on. So I get it. Don't unsubscribe, man. We're almost there.
All right, so next question, and I'm bumping this one up the list considering we just talked about News Cipher. But our friend Trevor just asked, yes, he asked a really, really good one.
Probably.
He says, Scott, I understand that News Cipher prevents the data from being read, but what prevents it from being encrypted by a ransomware attack?
Well, here's the fun thing about News Cipher. So what they're using is something, and I did a video about it. Trevor, did you watch a video? You probably didn't. Nobody did. What they're doing is something called homomorphic encryption, which is fabulous. Say the question one more time, Belle, because I started thinking ahead before. I want to answer it very specifically. Answer the question again. Ask the question again.
What prevents the data from being encrypted by a ransomware attack?
Well, one of the advantages that I would see to be using something like this is, and I understand that would be the way to go. That would be the way to do it. Is you just encrypt the hell out of everything that is centrally located. If you heard my monologue, you understand that I'm a big fan of decentralization. So the thing that is going to spin News Cipher up right into the or Mars, isn't that what we all say, going to the moon, going to Mars? The thing that's going to spin that up News Cipher more than anything else is when they partner with a decentralized storage company. That's what's going to do it. Look for that. When you see that, put it all in right now, because it's the absolute future. Yes, I understand that is what they do. There is effectively nothing that News Cipher can do to stop it. We're talking about a fundamental flaw in the system itself, meaning that all the data is centrally located. Now, take that same amount of data and put it over to decentralize it. Put it on 1,000 different nodes. So even if one is encrypted, one is hacked, one is encrypted, can't get your data, it's like, no, yeah, we can get it anywhere else. It's everywhere. Trevor, I know, runs a node, so I know he understands the security and so forth around it. You cannot attack this data if it is in many locations. You just can't. Can't is hard, isn't it? It could be done. It just hasn't been done yet. Or if it has, it hasn't been done to my knowledge. I'm not the ISR on. It hasn't been done to my knowledge. But when you see something like News Cipher, again, that's offering this homomorphic encryption, which means before it doesn't display as plain text. It's just garble. So if you take something like News Cipher that has that could have something like a master signatory, meaning that the data is never available in plain text unless the master key is inputted. They can even assign proxies, so other people can see and manipulate the data while leaving it encrypted, meaning that it never goes to a plain text state. So even if somebody is looking on the network, snooping, looking for this stuff, all they see are strings. All right, they don't see anything. It's an absolutely, in my opinion, a world-changing thing. But what will News Cipher do to stop something that is centralized? Nothing. Anybody can get in there and encrypt the system. Again, you're talking about a fundamental flaw in the system, in the fact that everything is centralized. I don't think I make any illusion that I prefer decentralized over centralized, and there's a very, very specific reason for that. Now, I'm saying this is the podcast idealism. Look for the partnership. When you see the partnership, that's it. Get in there. The two pieces of the puzzle are ready. They just need to be clicked together. So when that happens, off they go. So I hope that answered the question. So Trevor, is there anything to stop? Can NewCipher do that? No. No, they cannot stop somebody from hacking in and encrypting the entire database. They can't do that. I wouldn't see how. They can't alter the data. They can't get to it. They can't see it. They can't do anything like that. But they could absolutely just bull rush their way in there and lock out your system. Sure. But again, this is a fundamental flaw. This is legacy tech. This is the same people who don't understand blockchain or decentralization. They're not even willing to decentralize. So as long as you continue to run your business like that, you're going to be vulnerable. Again, I don't think I made any allusion to that. You're going to have to think outside the box. But fortunately, the outside of the box is already built. It's called decentralization. It's called crypto. So hope that answered the question.
Trevor actually did say yes. You answered his question, and thank you.
Really?
Next one-
He's
yes.
satisfied? This cat is never satisfied. I'm gonna get a big tattoo on my arm that says Trevor. How about that? Remember Trevor. I'm gonna put it. That's gonna be my that'll be my own. This too shall pass.
Wow. Okay. All right. So Furious Storm is up next. What do you think of Adam?
Adam. You know what? I did see it, and I haven't dug into it all the way, man. That's it. I don't want to give you a generalization. I just didn't have time to really dig into it. There's a lot of crypto, and I'm not going to throw out some kind of canned statement. Well, I think it's neat. You should invest. This is for the other crypto channels, and there's no way you're listening to me to hear that kind of just blanket platitudes. No. So I have not had a chance to look into it, but I'm going to give you guys a special treat on the next live stream. Belle is going to tell you all about Adam. She's going to do it in 4 minutes. So tune back in Thursday. You're going to hear Belle go on her little rant telling you how awesome Adam is. How about that? I want to start really sharing the co-host thing, because we have a good repertoire. We have a good give and take. I think you'd guys probably like to hear Belle a little bit more. So we're going to make that happen. Sir, I'm not blowing you off. There's a lot on the plate. So I'm trying to get to it. I'm sorry I couldn't give you the answer.
All right. Now, Arb Joju, if one has 1 million amp, should I stake it all?
Yep. Next question, please.
Next question.
Or unless you wanted me to elaborate on it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, I will a little bit, because we get a lot of stuff on staking, so I will just a little bit. Do you plan on selling? Do you plan on selling in 2 weeks? Do you plan on selling in 2 months? Do you plan on selling in 6 months? If the answer to all of these questions is no, then you're giving away 4% of 1 million amp. That's it. There is no other way to say it. See it? You are giving away 4% of 1 million amp. I get that it doesn't sound like a lot, man, but it really adds up considering that it compounds. So you can't even base this as a 1 year thing. You'd have to do the math for N, for B, for C. You'd have to do the math for all of that. If you do not stake, if you don't plan on selling and you're not staking, you are giving away 4% of your money every single day. So yes, advocate. If you're not comfortable with staking, see the earlier part of the show. Get MetaMask up there, put 1 amp in it, transfer it from the exchange to your MetaMask wallet, a single amp. Hook up amp to the Flexen network. Make sure that the Flexen network can see the single amp in your wallet. If you are, baby, you're good to go. Yes, stake. If you're not going to sell, stake. That's it.
All right. So next question, also from Furious Storm. What crypto projects are underway for Visa, Amex, Discover, Master that could derail Flexa easily with $3 trillion in revenue quarterly?
I get their revenue, man. I do. But we've spent some time talking about this, by the way. We really have. You know what? I'm gonna a little bit here. I'm really fighting for a subscriber. We got one tonight. Is anybody on this channel right now that's not subscribed? I just want to hear the ding. I think it's funny. I love Archer. What can they do? Well, that's kind of the funny thing because you're looking at companies that are looking at these existing pay rails, and you're looking to them for innovation. You're looking to them for innovation and to be able to solve problems. You know what the greatest innovation that's come out of the traditional pay rails in the last 20 years are? You see the little chip right there? You see that? That's the greatest innovation that's come out of the existing pay rails. People are giving them way too much credit, and this might be selling myself short. I'm okay with it, but you are looking at processing companies that you suddenly assume are development companies. They haven't changed their methods in 40 years. Nothing's changed aside from the time that you used to run your credit card through the little machine. And based on our analytics, not a lot of people here remember that. But there used to be a time that it was all done on paper, and then it imprinted your card onto it so that they could charge it. Nothing has really changed in the traditional pay space forever. And they have no particular interest in changing their traditional pay. This is going to be a rant, guys, so if this is not your thing, go get a Coke, go get a soda, drink some apple juice, or go to the bathroom. But I keep seeing this more and more. How are they going to compete? These guys are never going to see this coming at all. They have no idea that something like this is possible. You're talking about a legacy company that is trapped by their own success. They cannot change now. They can't move it. This is how they do business. This is how they've always done business. And I'm pretty sure somewhere they've already done a mathematical formula that says as Flexa or competitors start to take more and more business, how do we pivot the company? Meaning, how do we let people go so that we can maintain our profit margin? These are publicly traded companies. They have a fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders. And as soon as these board of directors and these executives start getting up in front of them and saying, we're going to go with crypto, they're out of work the next day, because it's not just the world that sees crypto the way this is. It's the traditional investors that see crypto the way we've described. And anybody who stands up there and says, we have a better way, we're going to do it a better way, we're going to change Visa, we are going to risk your entire investment, what you know, the rate of return you've been getting, we're going to risk all of this on an idea. They are gone the very next day. I'm 100% right about this. I am 100% correct. Not only are these legacy pay rails incapable of change, they have a fiduciary responsibility to their investors who put their money and their trust into them to do things a certain way. This is what is never discussed. It's never talked about. It's like we pick and choose which parts we're going to pay attention to. This is one that you need to pay attention to. I see it in my comments. We're not a big channel, so I don't get that many comments. But I do see it in my comments, and people are talking about this. What happens if Visa buys? They're not going to. They're not capable of this kind of foresight. They're just not. You have to be aware that these are publicly traded companies, and publicly traded companies have to do business a certain way, the way that their investors have paid them to do business, because they are aligned on it. So if you're suggesting to me that suddenly they're going to wake up tomorrow, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, that they're going to wake up tomorrow and suddenly say, oh my God, we're doing it wrong, there's a better way, let's make a gold standard, you are absolutely wrong. They might dabble in it. They might. But there is never going to be any serious interest into changing the way that they are doing such a profitable business. It's not going to happen. That's my answer to that. And I am sorry, guys. That is a rant. It's I didn't want to do this on Saturday, man, because, again, negative comments. Nobody likes it. But it's things like this. This is what I think about, and this is what excites me about Ant more than anything else, because they're not going to see it coming. They're not capable of seeing it coming. And the fact that they are beholden to a group of investors that will simply not believe it. They will not. They're not capable of it. That's my answer on that one. I hope that was acceptable.
All right. So next question.
God, you know what?
Furious
You
Storm.
know what? Hell with all of you guys. I promised I wasn't going to do this tonight. I don't want to do this. All right, I just don't. And I'm willing. I will. You know what? We're going to fight. Whoever thinks that if you think I'm wrong, let's have that discussion. You know what? I'll call you in. I'll put your frame. I'll frame you right over here. And I want video. By the way, if you're going to put your face up there, I don't want just your voice. I want your face up there too, so we can have a go. But I'm not wrong about this. I'm just not. It's just something that people don't talk about, but that we do talk about here on the podcasts. That's it. Go ahead, Bill.
All right. So Furious Storm again. Cosmos, Atmos, overall and long term, who's more likely to win the race? Them, Polka, or Polly?
You know, I've given you guys my opinion on Polygon. They're all level 2 companies. I'm a big fan. I like level 2 because Ethereum doesn't scale well. I know nobody wants to hear that, but Ethereum doesn't scale well. How do we know? Because 2 months ago, during the bull portion of the crypto market, if gas fees to stake AMP were $50, $60, $70 sometimes, that tells me all I need to know. I'm a very pragmatic, fundamental guy. And when everybody's using it and suddenly the gas fees are $70, tells me that it doesn't scale well. The fact that right this minute you can stake your AMP for about $3.50 reinforces that opinion that Ethereum doesn't scale well. I think a lot of this in the future is going to be on hold. We're waiting for Ethereum 2.0 until somebody comes up with a better idea. I think the better ideas are out there. Now, I haven't exactly found it yet. I'm just saying that I have a lot of faith in crypto and development and outside the box thinking. But with Ethereum, we're going to run into the same problem that we run into with Bitcoin. Nobody's going to trust something new. Everybody knows Bitcoin. Everybody knows Ethereum. And nobody's going to trust something new. I think this is way pure idealism, by the way. But the thing that blows crypto completely open is not the Ethereum killer, but the new way. I think that's what's going to blow it out. I love Ethereum. Big fan. I own Ethereum. It's necessary. It's utility. It has to be because that's all we have. The new thing is going to be whatever does what Ethereum is doing and gets the trust of the market. So there is a better way of doing this. I'm not a developer. All I can say is that currently the way we're doing right now doesn't scale well. And history and gas fees seems to back me up on that. So I like level 2 anything because it is trying to find a new way. They're building a new not a new highway. They're building the off ramp. They're building these service roads next to it. So anything that takes away the congestion on this is a big fan. I'm a big fan, but I'm not looking for a Band-Aid. I'm looking for a fix. I just haven't found that yet. So that's where I am on that. I hope that answered the question. I think they'll all do decently, but they are not the answer. And I know that answer is as popular as my answer about Bitcoin. It's just the way I see it, guys. Again, opinion. So there you go. Belle, what you got?
All right, Arbjogen again. Do you think people will want to spend their crypto in the future with the emphasis now being buy and hold?
You know, me and Trevor have been having. Trevor set up a real neat. By the way, if there's any AMP people on here, Trevor himself, and maybe he'll link it, has set up a new Reddit for the Empire itself, and this is not a meme place. All right, this is for the deeper discussion, the outside vision, the seeing the long-term purpose of the coin. So if he's on right now, I really hope he links it. This is where, if you guys are aligned with me, in tune with me, this is where you want to be. The AMP Reddit is fantastic. It absolutely is. But it's not really homogenous. All right, there's a lot of different opinions in there. People still hit the memes and stuff like that. I have no interest in that. None. If I did, I would spend more time there. But Some of them are amusing, but I don't want to be amused by my money. I want to be informed by my money. So Trevor himself has established this. So he's one of your own. He's of the Empire, and he is he's a duke, or he might be the king of the Empire Reddit, because it's his. Ask the question one more time. I just derailed myself. I was trying to give a little plug for Trevor because I got nothing but love for him.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's Saturday, guys. I drank like 3 fingers of this Frey Ranch.
You did absolutely derail. You did.
Go ahead.
You kind of derailed both of us. But the question was,
I am never supposed to derail you. The greatest producer of all time should always maintain her focus. Ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, please smack her, because her single job is to keep everything on point. So if she is listening to me so passionately that it derails her, it means she's not doing her job. Please fix her. Belle, ask me the question again.
Yeah. Okay. So, Arbogen again. Do you think? Wow. Yeah. I am gonna have to go back and read that comment verbatim.
Oh my goodness, you forgot it. Hey. Saturdays, guys, give it up, give it up, give it up for the greatest of all time, right there. Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy right now.
You are not the only one that's been consuming apple juice. I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Just saying.
Go. Come on. I've got to watch a movie in about 10 minutes.
All right, so we'll get back to that one, Arbogen. I promise you that. 90-something million. Hi, new here. If you had to invest in ADA or AMP, which would you pick? And
AMP. Hands down, AMP. You know, again, you're talking about something that is going to revolutionize a payment space. I cannot stress this enough. I've tried. I've made videos. I've done all of this stuff. I continue to be upstaged by shit like this. So you are not going to get the return ROI on anything else that you're going to get out of AMP right now. There's a lot of developer products that are going to be out there. I've talked about them and made videos about them. Nobody watches them, but I'm going to continue to do it because you know what, right? You're number one. You're not going to get the ROI out of anything else that I currently see in the marketplace, with the exception of AMP. You are invading, taking over, attacking the traditional payment space that is never going to see you coming. They have no idea. There's a reason that Mona Lisa smiles the way she smiles. You know why? Because AMP is under her skirt, and she realizes that, oh, be damned, I get it now. So, yeah, I'm going to keep pushing on AMP as opposed to ADA. ADA has got a lot of competition in the market. There is no competition for AMP. Not the way they're doing it. Not the way they're doing it. Why do I keep hearing a squeak, Belle? Is that you?
It is not me. I'm wondering the same thing.
You heard it, though, right?
Yes, I did.
It's got to be coming from my mic, guys. Excuse me. It's a fine mic, but maybe it's time to upgrade. I'll tell you what, Trevor, I know you're a moneyed guy. You buy me the Shure 800, and I'll put that up here. So it looks like I'm orally gratifying a microphone. So that's my goal here. Go ahead, carry on.
Arbogen again. His question was, do you think people will want to spend their crypto in the future with the emphasis now being buy and hold?
Nope, and that's what derailed this earlier rant that I was about to go on. Trevor and I are of opinion, of differing views, but we're really not. That's the funny thing. We both kind of agree, but we agree in different ways. I believe that spending crypto is proof of stake. Now, I'm sorry, not proof of stake, is proof of concept that it's possible. That's why AMP is pushing and putting all of these coins on here that are investment tokens, that are putting them on their ability to put them on their pay rail. But it's proof of concept. The only thing that should be on the spend pay rail is Doge. That is the only coin that should be on there because it is in fact a coin. Everything else are tokens. You should not put tokens on the pay rail. There should be Bitcoin. There should be Doge. Anything that has coin at the end of it that is actually a coin is the only thing that should be on the Spend app, on the Gemini app. That is the only thing that Flexes should be pushing on this one for, because it's proof of concept. They're not going after crypto. Crypto is a byproduct. That's it. It is a byproduct of the Spend app. It is not the intent of the Spend app. Even the people who are investing in this have to know that in order to go mainstream, in order to get, what are some of those corporate words that people like to use? In order to achieve momentum enough that we will explode to the next level. Crypto is not going to do it. It's just not going to do it. They need to invade. This is why they built it. This is why it's here, and this is what they're doing with it. So, no, I don't think the passion is there to spend crypto, even though it should be. But it should be crypto coins, not tokens. Coins are what should be spent. In order for a crypto to generate its own store of wealth, to become something that it's not, is to use it, give it a use case. Dogecoin has no use case. Bitcoin has no use case, aside from transferring a store of wealth from point A to point B, just like cash does. But if you're not using it in this manner, then you're using it wrong. The podcast says you are using it wrong. Fortunately, we're a very small channel and nobody's going to hear this. But if you are trying to gain value through speculative coins, you're doing crypto wrong. You are not going to. You are putting all of your money on a roulette wheel and you're spinning it. And I got to ask, what the hell, man? There are so many good opportunities in here, but this is where you land. I don't get it. But if there is enough momentum, if there is enough incentive, if there is enough foresight for people to say we want an alternative to fiat currency, it's right here. It's called Bitcoin. It's called kind of Dogecoin. I can never say Doge without getting a bunch of thumbs down, but the alternative is here. But you have to want to do it. And if you cannot have enough foresight to see that this is the only way that you're going to make your love, your passion, your belief into something that it's not, if you're not willing to do it, then it's just going to be speculative. It's going to die an ugly death. You are waiting for the market to come back. You're waiting for something. And smart money doesn't wait for something. It makes something happen. So all the pieces are in place for you guys to do it right this second. That's why I still bing Dogecoin, Dogecoin, Dogecoin. Not because I think it's worth anything, but because I think it can be worth something. They have an army. They have zealots. They have people that watched it fall from 72 down to 20 cents and still believe in it. Oh my God, it's going to come back. It's going to be huge. It's the way. They still believe this passionately all the way down. They will fight to the death, believing that they made a good investment in nothing. But they believe it, and it's hard to change somebody's mind. But they could blow, something like Doge could blow this whole thing wide open. Absolutely wide open right now. And I'm willing to have the fight. I'm willing to have the discussion with anybody. But they're ready to do it right now. But they have to want to do it themselves. We can't make them. All we did was give them an avenue to increase their value, to make nothing into something. Flexa does that. AMP collateralizes it. You can create an entire new financial ecosystem right here, but you have to want to do it. So the one thing, well, I know I'm not supposed to talk bad about AMP in any way. I'm not. AMP is perfect. But I will bing Flex a little bit for saying that you're putting the wrong things on the Spend app. And if you guys want to make this thing really, really start blowing out, you got to take the tokens off there, man. Nobody's going to spend them. Just nobody's going to do it. I won't. And I am a person that believes in the product, that believes in the vision, that agrees that this is the way to go. I'm not going to spend my chain link on it. I'm just not going to. But Dogecoin, Bitcoin, nailed it. Keep the focus there and tell the rest of the world that you also understand what smart money is. Tell everybody that you understand what smart money and non fractional banking is. You tell the whole world that, and that's it, man. Boom, off it goes. I hope I answered that question, Belle.
You did. Now, next one, and we're coming pretty
And
close to your
yeah,
time limit.
you guys, this is the last one. I got a movie to watch, so make it a good question. If it's not the right question, make it a better one.
All right. Well, Shane Hamilton is actually asking, how do you find these great projects tokens so early, like pre-Coinbase, Binance, etc.?
Oh, baby, they're all out there, man. You gotta change the way that you're looking at this. You have to change your mindset from short-term 6% gains. You've got to get out of that mindset. You've got to you've got to open yourself up and start looking at these things, not how much money they can make you, but how they can be applied. That's where the secret is. That's the way I see it. And again, I could be wrong, man. The whole crypto market could just go absolutely tits up tomorrow. But I don't believe that. You've got to open your mind and start looking at these things and start thinking about applications for these things, because the people who've created these things are also thinking about those applications. That's where the money is. That's where the big money is. I absolutely adore it, not just for the fact that it can be profitable. That's just the cherry on top. I literally want to build a better world, and this is something that can build a better world. And sadly, they need your help. They really do, because there are great coins. I'm sorry, not coins. I shouldn't say coins. There are great tokens that are going to go tits up because they don't have the wherewithal to weather all of the stuff that is coming out right now. Competition, innovation, a better way, better way, better way. But there are great projects out there right now. Just look at them. Read their white paper. Read even their base description and say, if I was not in the crypto space, if this was a traditional piece of tech, how would I apply it to the legacy system? And when you can start figuring out a way to apply it to a legacy system, baby, you got a winner. I mean, that's it. There's no real deeper meaning to this. How would I apply this? How will this appreciate in value? What could I do to make this successful? And when you find a project that already exists that is doing that, those are the ones. Those are the big ones. So there you go, man. I hope that answers the question. I just try to think about how we could apply this to the rest of the world, because the rest of the world has a hell of a lot more money and a hell of a lot more need than the crypto space. So I hope that wraps that up. That was our last question of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Belle, read us out. I'm going to go watch, and it's that new movie. It just showed up. It's like Future War or something like that. I want to go see that. We're going to go watch it now. So, Belle, go ahead and take us out of here.
All right. Well, everyone who joined us here tonight for our Saturday night live stream, we thank each and every one of you. If you guys have any thoughts, definitely don't hesitate to use the email address for Scott at the bottom of the screen. Mine is incorrect, but you can definitely email me at bella@thepodcasts.com, and we'll get your questions answered. We will be back on again on Thursday night, also at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We definitely enjoy all the questions you guys throw our way, and we will do our best to continue answering those. And until next time, we definitely hope you have a great holiday weekend, and we will see you on Thursday.
I appreciate it, guys. Take care now.